Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Now today I just finished off a 12-hour work session and I decided that it would be a good opportunity for me to get into what I believe is necessary for yourself to become a winner. As somebody who spent most of his time on things that resulted in no return whatsoever, I very, very well understand what it takes to start building things that stand the test of time and stand behind you as an addition to your reputation. Now, I've become known as quite a workaholic among my friends. In fact, it's gotten to the point where many of my friends have called me crazed or obsessed with the things I have been choosing to pursue. I believe, like all of us, we've been given integral talents, and that it's a real crime if you don't allow yourself to put those talents into the world. Because to deprive society of your contribution is the real crime. And more specifically, the version of you that you should have become will be locked away forever. A program that was never allowed to be made real. Now, if you ask me, I think that's the real crime, which is why I decided to switch my priorities around when I turned 19. Stephen Guerrero. About 7 months ago, it's 8 months now. 8 months ago, myself alongside my partner, Stephen Guerrero, opened MYG Media with little to no understanding of where this company would take us. And now, if you allow me just a moment, we've been able to provide our clients with such significant revenue that it's allowed our orders to go up significantly as well. In fact, this is not a screenshot, as you can hopefully tell. I'm not going to show you any more of the data because you should be building your own. Anyways, 255,000 in revenue sounds pretty good to anyone, but I'll tell you what, when you set the goal for a number, every other number you hit, even if it is a lot of money or it seems like a lot of money for someone that's 19 years old, I compare myself to the 16-year-olds that happen to get 10 times as lucky on a crypto pump that I missed because I wasn't paying attention to the things that they were. Considering all the opportunities I've lost by not paying attention and by browsing social apps that are meant to distract me from taking on these opportunities, I can honestly tell you having Instagram serves zero purpose. It does nothing for you. Unless you already have an established brand or you're choosing to establish your brand on Instagram, I'd highly recommend not following a fuck ton of people. Their agenda is to take the currency that is your attention away from you. What you pay attention to, what you direct your sight at, what you aim at, and I guess the conversation moves on to goals now, is what you get in life. And I've outlined my goals clearly enough to know that where I need to get to requires a certain level of sacrifice and an insurmountable amount of no's. I don't go out. I don't act giddy. In fact, I can honestly say that the level of work I do for the legacy I want to leave behind isn't only necessary, it's integral, it's part of the journey. So far, my journey in life has been up and down. I felt for many years like I was just a feather in the wind, as if I was destined to remain another number. 7 months ago, I decided to change that, and it's stayed consistent with me ever since. I can promise you that confidence will be a byproduct of your success. It'll be a byproduct of the hours you put in, because you will know within yourself you've spent your time well. Very few people do the work for the sake and for the honor and the pleasure of working, of contributing, of building something. They do the work for the reward. I didn't know how much money we'd make. We never did financial projections. Hell, I just gotten out of high school. I knew I wanted to make money, and I did. And it's brought us here. I think it's awfully important not to wear a mask in these kinds of videos, to show the true authentic self that's gotten you to the point you are at now. Many people begin putting out content without ever having made themselves into anything. I heard a quote from an entrepreneur that indirectly stated that 19-year-olds should not be giving advice about life or motivation or what it takes to win. Well, I can promise you that within 7 months, I've made more than most people make in 3 years, 5 years. And that is not a flex. I'm trying to show you what amount of work it took, the way it changes your personality, the way It teaches you to perceive the world the way it teaches you to perceive yourself. You're an instrument that needs to be tuned and retuned every single day. Because to play that instrument is to live, to wake up, to eat, to breathe, to consume, and to create. And I think too many people have forgotten the importance, the duty you have to people around you. That you must treat your life as an opportunity to bring good into the world. And when people tell you to be kind, that does not mean smile and continue to waste time away. Real kindness is sacrificing years of your life so you can give the life that you never had to the people you know deserve it better. There's many things I wish I could have had in my childhood, but I don't wish for my kids to have to go through the things I did to get here. They will learn the lesson another way, not by circumstance, but by design. And all of us in this generation live life by circumstance. We see opportunities jump at us and we click on them. We attend events that are pointless, that were never built for us. You won't find purpose in your obsession with whichever rapper has released whatever album. Why do you care? And you praise them like they're gods. They're not. That's why you can't waste time away going to festivals and parties and clubs. If somebody who's done it all at this point, I can promise you the waste of time will accumulate and you will look back with regret when you realize the kind of progress you can make with just a few weeks of dedication. I promise you, 2 weeks of 12 hours every day, and you will build the wealth and the reputation and the network you need to maintain it for the rest of your life, because that's all it took me. I can do it. I did it. And so can all of you. You need to stop doubting yourself, because that will bring nothing. Your thoughts will shape your reality. Every single thought you have. The music you listen to, the shows you watch, it's all meant to program you to develop patterns and conditional thinking. So make sure those patterns are ones that benefit you, ones that drive you forward and push you to excel in becoming the best human being you can, not just for yourself, for the world around you. If you conquer the internal, the external is yours for the taking. That's how empires are built and maintained. That's how men like Marcus Aurelius come around every 100 years. All of that potential that men like him actualized and continue to actualize is still within you. It's waiting to be awoken. It's a sad day indeed when the only chessboard you're playing on is the one on the table. All of you know what I mean by that. But very few will take it into account, and even fewer will realize how accurate it is. The system is designed for people who don't stop, who never give up, who don't fail under pressure. That is how diamonds are made. And if you want to become anywhere near as valuable as you imagined yourself when you were a kid, all those dreams you had of becoming someone, things definitely felt a hell of a lot more purposeful then. We are entering into a golden age of opportunity. The advancement of technology and the introduction of AI has given opportunity to all of you to build something that will be remembered for generations. Don't waste away the precious seconds you have, because every second counts. Had I known that sooner, I'd be further ahead than I am now. But I promise you I will not forget that lesson. So the moment you realize it, you will maintain it forever. You only revert to your old self once. Because if you do it a second time, you prove that you're stuck in a cycle that you cannot break out of. That you're stuck fulfilling an endless pattern. Remove it. How? Responsibility builds purpose, and purpose builds character. Literally everyone can make it. I've witnessed success stories that should not have been success stories. It should have been failures. I should have been one of those failures, but here we are. Plan out your life to the most minute detail, and even if it all goes to shit or a meteor hits the earth the next day, at least you will follow a plan that you know without the influence of the external you could still fulfill. You have a far better chance at succeeding at becoming someone, or becoming who you were meant to be, if it's tangible, if it's visible to you. The world is very giving to those that try, and don't stop trying when the universe doesn't reward them for their work. Your time will come, And the meaning you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Not in the drugs you're taking, not in the parties you're going to, but the work you know you must do, but you fear doing because of the change it might bring to who you are. I'll tell you one thing that I've learned over the course of the last couple of years. There's nothing more terrifying than staying stagnant. There's nothing worse than ever growing. And people do change, but it happens so very rarely that those that don't will deny it. Don't let their pride be the influence that leads to your downfall. Let your own pride be your downfall. At least then you know it's your fault. Other than that, I don't have anything else to go over for my first video. I want this video to be testament to what it truly takes to begin winning, the baby steps it takes to become somebody. And when I get to the goals I've set, it will not be because of a shout out or because of what my finances grant me. It'll be because what I say resonates with an audience that truly believes in it. And I know that audience exists. And I know it's an audience that's desperate to hear the things I'm telling you now. If you take your emotional state into account and you're surrounded by people like me who don't think about it for a moment, you will lose. Condition yourself to understand the kind of stoicism it requires to remain at the top. And better yet, the kind of stoicism it requires to climb from the bottom. Every single one of you is capable. The simple issue is you haven't decided what your life's work is going to look like. And if this video is an indication of anything, then it should be an indication to you that it's about damn time. There's no room for failure. Get it done. And good luck.